Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of Wrestling Wednesday. We're at one of those weird weeks where I'm not predicting an upcoming pay-per-view, nor am I recapping the pay-per-view that has just passed. We're still a couple weeks away from the Royal Rumble, so this is just kind of an episode of here's stuff I like that's going on Raw and SmackDown. So I got three things from each, so let's dive in. First up on Raw, the first thing that comes to mind, I love what they're doing with the Balor Club. Finn Balor has been one of the most energetic, charismatic, and athletic competitors since I returned to watching in this last year, and so it's been a lot of fun getting to see him get some like highs in great matches and stuff, but he hasn't been really utilized, I think, to his full capabilities, and part of that seems to be like behind-the-scenes politicking and whatnot, but they've paired him up with his former Bullet Club members, Gallows and Anderson, finally, and it seems like they're at least pulling the trigger on that for the time being. I don't know if they're doing that to spite the Bullet Club and what's going on outside of the WWE, but it seems like a good, strong faction for Finn to be a part of now. So, and they just got the win over Reigns and Rollins and Jason Jordan the other night. So hopefully this will continue on for them, and they'll all get a nice little boost from this. Number 2 on Raw is Braun Strowman, and admittedly every time that they give Braun a really cool spot, like pulling down the lighting rig onto Kane and Lesnar, I get a little annoyed because they've already jobbed him out to Lesnar to a single F5, so they're not really going to pull the trigger on making him the champion with the inevitable Lesnar versus Reigns showdown at WrestleMania coming up, but it is hopeful that they do give Braun some kind of strength to maybe come back and challenge beyond that. And number 3, Jason Jordan's latest push. The whole idea of Jason Jordan as Kurt Angle's son reeks as one of those Vince McMahon ideas that he's just too stubborn to actually walk away from, but you have an unexpected injury from Dean Ambrose that kind of halted the Shield reunion arc that they were playing with, so they've slid Jason Jordan in there, made him a tag champ with Rollins, and now he's trying to pretend or he's under the delusion that he's one of the members of the Shield or something like that. So it's an interesting push, and they're basically they're letting him be kind of the laughing stock, because that's how the audience is kind of treating him anyway. So that's a solid, built-in booing kind of move, I guess. It'll be interesting to see how long Rollins and Reigns let him really run with it, and I imagine it will inevitably lead to Reigns losing his Intercontinental Championship against The Miz, so that Reigns is free to go after the big title against Lesnar once again. Up first on the SmackDown side of things, we have the United States tournament that's going on right now. I would absolutely love to see Xavier Woods win this thing, but I imagine he'll be jobbed out to Jinder Mahal on Jinder's way down from his absurd WWE Championship push in 2017. I think we're going to end up seeing him probably take the United States Championship, and then he'll just be playing the same, foreigner heel cards as the U.S. champ that we saw Kevin Owens do a little bit last year. Next up on the SmackDown side of things, we have the rise of the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm really enjoying their whole just kind of coming in and dominating everybody arc that they're playing with, but it leads me to wonder what the end game is. Are they finally going to be shut down by somebody like the New Day or the Usos? Are they being set up so that another team can come in and shut them down? Maybe one of the NXT call-ups, maybe Sanity comes in, or maybe the rumored War Machine coming from the Indies will come in and finally put a stop to the Bludgeon Brothers' path of destruction. Time will tell. And number 3 on SmackDown, we have the Yup movement. This has been a little ball of fun, having Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, longtime friends, team up and have this whole, like, fighting against the authority with Shane McMahon arc. Their upcoming handicap match against AJ Styles is an interesting one. Had me intrigued at first originally because I thought, oh, I get it. They're going to have the two of them fight over who gets the pin and actually gets to be the championship. So then AJ will, be able to sneak away with the win or something like that. But now they're kind of playing it as though whichever one of them wins, both of them will be like co-champions, and I don't quite understand how that's going to play out. So I'm interested to see how things fall at the Royal Rumble. If they try and do something weird like that, or if they just let it stay on AJ, and maybe infighting does start tearing Sami and Kevin Owens apart. So those are my thoughts on the current state of WWE. Let me know what yours are in the comments below, if you've got any other arcs that are going on that you're a fan of right now. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.